Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Szerszen, and I'm Miss Connecticut Senior America 2015 and Miss Ireland Senior Universe 2018. I'm also the State Administrator and Connecticut Pageant Director for the Miss Senior America organization. I'm married to the love of my life, Tony, have 5 beautiful children and 2 amazing grandsons who have me wrapped around their fingers exactly where I want to be. I've always led a very active, creative, and busy life and always followed my dreams. I started college at age 38 after the birth of my 5th child. Attending school full-time while raising 5 children was quite an endeavor. It was not unusual for me to attend classes with my youngest daughter on my lap. And while my classmates carried their books in their book bags, I carried mine in a diaper bag. I graduated magna cum laude from Southern Connecticut State University with a bachelor's degree in social work and received my master's degree from Fordham University's Advanced Standing Master's Program while concurrently doing my graduate internship at Yale. I then went on to earn my 6th-year degree in educational leadership and supervision. I spent the majority of my career working with children as a clinical and medical social worker, school social worker, and then vice principal of 2 very large high schools, and the principal of an elementary and middle school. I retired from my career in education after 24 years of service. I strongly believe, and still do, that keeping active at any age is key to living a productive life, and it keeps you young of heart, young of mind, young of body, and young of spirit. So being the adventuresome woman that I am, at age 66, I decided to enter into the world of senior pageants. I entered into the pageant system to break down this stereotypic view of women over the age of 60 and to demonstrate that women over 60 can make valuable contributions to their families, their careers, their communities, and the world at large. As I said before, I became Miss Connecticut Senior America 2015, Miss Senior USA Connecticut 2016, Miss Senior USA East, and Miss Ireland Senior Universe 2018. All of these titles helped me to help others, and especially our seniors. I was able to bring their issues, needs, and concerns to the forefront with our government officials. All of the information I've just shared with you regarding my high energy level, volunteerism, successful career in education and social work, and constant attention to the needs of my family and loved ones is important to understanding who I am, where life has taken me, and why speaking and educating others about strokes is so important to me. I have a history of strokes in my family. My grandmother suffered a stroke at 73 years old and was left with right-sided weakness. Her speech was not impaired, but she did receive treatment for the residual loss of strength. My beautiful mother suffered a stroke at 70 years of age, and it was diagnosed as a transient ischemic attack, TIA. She was sitting in her car when it happened. I recall that she drove home and complained of feeling dizzy, lightheaded, and confused. She was taken to the emergency room and eventually diagnosed with a TIA. She was given medication and never experienced another event after her initial TIA. As I approached 70, I lived with a sense of apprehension and worried that I too might have a stroke. But my life was busy, and that concern was placed in the recesses of my mind until a morning in May of 2019. That morning, I awoke feeling very tired and had difficulty swallowing. I started my morning routine of putting my makeup on and noticed that no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't apply my eyeliner. I couldn't make my hand touch my eye. I noticed a right-sided weakness and could barely call for my husband who was in the next room. When he arrived in the bedroom, he immediately knew I was having a stroke. He witnessed the right side of my face drooping, an inability to communicate what I was feeling, a sense of giddiness, and an inability to coordinate any of my body movements. We had previous discussions about strokes, how they would present, and what we would do in case one of us did suffer a stroke. And so he immediately called 911. I was transported by ambulance to Yale New Haven Hospital, where I stayed for 3 days, and I was diagnosed with a TIA, just like my mom. The cause of my TIA was plaque in one of the vessels on the left side of my brain. I was given medications to take daily and released. I was so blessed that I had no residual effects from the stroke. I'd just been selected as a new principal of a beautiful Catholic school, and it was like a dream come true for me. I loved my job, I loved my staff, I loved everyone that I worked with, and most of all, I loved the amazing children. Well, when the children arrived at the start of the school year, the excitement that I felt was absolutely immeasurable. It was my dream come true. But as luck would have it, on the second day of school, and exactly 90 days and to the minute of my first TIA, while in my office I suffered a second TIA. Again, I was taken by ambulance to Yale New Haven Hospital and immediately greeted by their amazing team of neurologists. It was determined that I had suffered another TIA, and all of the signs manifest once again. Drooping of the face, inability to communicate, inability to coordinate my body movements, and right-sided weakness. I remained in the hospital again for 3 days and was monitored, and a change of medication was ordered. And I returned to school a week later. At the end of October, after a very wonderful beginning and a very exciting but busy beginning, I began to feel very tired, and my blood pressure readings were much higher than my doctors had hoped for. So with great sadness, I resigned my position as principal of this lovely school and decided to concentrate on making the lifestyle changes needed to avoid a recurrence of another TIA. These changes included trying to reduce stress as much as possible, dietary changes, increase in exercise, taking all prescribed medications, and slowing down the pace a bit in regard to my commitments. It appeared that the medical protocol and lifestyle changes helped, but new feelings of vulnerability and anxiety came into view. I recall that when I worked as a medical social worker with strict patients, they shared with me feelings of vulnerability and fear of losing their place within the family as a matriarch or patriarch of the family. Many felt embarrassed and overcome with the worry about a sense of loss of control over your life. I can truly empathize with those feelings, as they have become all too familiar to me due to my strokes. But I was blessed with a very supportive husband and children, and an APRN at the Yale Neurology Group, Nicole, who has been my rock during all of these events and follow-up visits. Through her support, patience, and fine medical care that she has provided to me, these feelings of vulnerability and anxiety have subsided over time. After working through all of those feelings that accompanies the uncertainty of suffering another stroke, I renewed my commitment to living life to the fullest and to continue to break down the stereotypes surrounding our aging population. When I turned 60, my mantra became, I will not let my age define me. I will define myself. So here I am at 72 years of age, and my mantra remains basically the same, with one small change. I will not let my strokes define me. I will define myself. I've cast away self-limitations, found a resurgence of my inner strength and energy, and signed a modeling and acting contract with a very well-known national agency. I am now auditioning for roles in commercials and hopefully TV shows or movies in the near future. I would love to be in a Hallmark movie. I have again allowed myself to create new goals and dreams. My main goal is to live to 100 and to never repeat the same day twice, and to continue my efforts to help others by sharing the transparency of my life experiences. I've always lived by the words of Mother Teresa. We're not all destined to do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Sharing my story is my way of doing something small with great love. I hope that by sharing my story and educating others about recognizing the warning signs of stroke, a life or lives can be saved. I also hope that my story will provide hope to others that, yes, there is life after stroke. I've been faced with many adversities and challenges in my lifetime, but with age and wisdom, I've learned that every adversity is an opportunity to become stronger, and every challenge presents an opportunity to grow into who you're really meant to be. Stroke does not discriminate based on age. It can happen to anyone. It happened to me. Even though I was someone who was active, energetic, and full of life. That is why I'm dedicated to helping ReneMarie's Language of Love Telethon raise the funds needed to raise awareness regarding strokes. Her foundation not only raises awareness, they educate, and the foundation also shares some of the donations received with the American Stroke Association and stroke victims who have used up all of their medical coverage and can no longer afford treatment to facilitate the recovery. Can you imagine not having the resources at your disposal to get the ongoing care you need to restore your health and the quality of your life? So please, visit our website, languageoflovetelethon.org or ReneMarieLanguageofLove.org. And you'll find information on how you can easily make a donation, no matter how small. Every penny counts. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your support. God bless, take care, and be well.